So this is a long time coming, and honestly, I made the Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town video purely because I wanted to get to the chase video I've been wanting to work on. And so, the reason it's taken so long for me to get here is because, well, writing a script takes a lot. So yeah, without further ado, let's get directly to the video. Now, Chase is probably my favorite opening in JoJo so far. I mean, sure, it doesn't capture all of the magic of Sonochi no Kyoko, the end of the world, but I just really love all of the Easter eggs in this video, or in this opening, and it's fucking great for people on rewatches, because it can show you so fucking much with this subtle symbolism in it. So let's get right to it. We open the beginning with a pulse on a heart symbol that's wrapped in vines. These vines being Purple Hermit, and the heart being a symbol of Josuke, given that it's the heart symbol is what he mainly wears on his outfit, and the anchor design appears on his outfit and also part of his school uniform. With another pulse, we fade out to reveal the main cast of Arc 4 standing in the center again, just like the first opening, with their backs to each other. This is a metaphor for them being surrounded by the entire city, which has an unnamed amount of stand users out there, and nowhere is safe. Then we get a shot of a fridge full of soup cans labeled with different stickers of hands. This would appear to be Kira's fridge, because, I mean, who else cuts off hands and sticks them in soup cans? I mean, this fucking crazy dude will do it all the time. But you'll also notice that the JoJo is placed over the soup can's hands, and like the S has been cut off, so the JoJo of this part is foreshadowed to always come out on top over Kira, which is pretty true in the many encounters with Josuke versus Kira. Josuke always comes out on top. Then we get Josuke and Okuyasu together as they spin back and forth. And you'll notice that every time the rotation happens in this opening, you can see the next person coming from behind the person who's in the foreground. And Josuke and Okuyasu are together because they're best friends. After, we get another cut to a closet full of luggage, which is plastered with different vacation sites, obviously one of Kira's victims. And the word bizarre placed over the luggage gives the viewer a visual cue to look around, and they may notice that there's blood leaking from the many different luggages. So it's definitely a representation of Kira's serial killing and not just like one-off killings. He kills a lot of people. Also, there's a woman's dress to the right of the scene, and that belongs to the most recent victim and will come up later during this video. Then we cut back, and it's Joseph who is next in the rotation line, and he's holding the invisible baby, giving the viewer subtle clues that he won't be taking part in any fights this round. And behind him is Jotaro, who is standing there in his standard hat pose, though if you notice, he has Koichi in the background, and unlike the rest, Koichi is looking back at him, because Koichi really looks up to Jotaro as a mentor and someone he'd like to model himself after. Then the camera spins once more, and we have exited the rotation with Koichi, who is standing in the middle of his group of friends, and they're all raising their hand to the sky, their symbol of unity and friendship, with everyone smiling and having a good time. The camera pans out to reveal it's a bunch of photos on a desk, and then a hand enters from within the frame of the photo, which is symbolism of Kira invading their everyday life. And with that, the photos erupt into an explosion. Then, the remainders of the photos have to bring themselves together to give us our title. And through the title, we get a shot of Shigeki and Okuyasu feeding birds in the park, when a sharp cut of a fingernail being clipped, giving us a subtle hint that Kira, the man cutting his fingernail, will be killing Shigeki in a sudden and cold way. We also have some great shot design here, when the reflection of Kira's former victims are in his fingernail. And it's a great scene, and with this scene we also get the lyrics beginning here, where the lyrics go, "My most precious thing seems to be taken away by a demon who has burrowed his way into my everyday life." Obviously referring to Kira as the demon who killed Josuke's friend Shigeki. After Kira forces his way into the shot, the birds scatter and fly away, and we get a shot of Rohan drawing lines, I guess. I don't know. He's obviously doing to try to get his mind off of Remy's murder, and then he follows the birds up into there, and the lyrics say, "My peaceful moments are crumbling away," because Rohan is now giving up his kind of peaceful, quiet life. He moved to Morio to get away from the city, but now he's involving himself in hunting down a murderer of his old best friend. So, he's trying to get his mind off of some shit. But then we follow the birds into the next shot, where we see Koichi, Josuke, and Okuyasu through what appears to be like a window-like thing, and inside the window are the two rats. The first rat remains unmoving in a piece of cake. Maybe it's a metaphor for how easy it was when Josuke defeated it. It was like a piece of cake. The next rat retreats off camera. Then Josuke and Okuyasu leave, and Koichi is left behind as they exit the scene. And then the heart symbol, this time it takes the main stage because it's representing Jotaro, and the heart symbol is grabbed by Killer Queen's hand that represents sheer heart attack and crushed, because sheer heart attack takes out Josuke for that, or Jotaro for that fight. And sheer heart attack skull is then reflected in the eye of Echo's Act 3, which uses its freeze ability to defeat sheer heart attack. Now, don't ask me why it's Heaven's Door Koichi to the side. I think that's just like an artistic design, because I can't think of any real connections there. I don't fucking know. And during this, the lyrics that are spoken are about being nonchalant and unconcerned until something important is taken from you, which can both symbolize that part of the series, and also the main thing, where Koichi didn't care what Jotaro had to say until Jotaro was gone, because he was like, dude, you're not treating me well. You're treating me like a child, and I know what I'm doing. And then he's like, oh no, I don't know what I'm doing. And also the obvious, like, Josuke and being like, we don't have to hunt down the murderer in Morio until his friend Shigeki gets murdered. So it's a double meaning. I like how the lyrics partake to what's going on the screen and what's going on in the main story they're trying to tell. Next, through the ripples of Echo's Act 3, we see Love Deluxe and Cinderella, and with a quick transition, we see Cinderella has tamed Love Deluxe, as an Aya has tamed Yukiko's like crazed emotions. This kind of foreshadows the fact that this arc will be involving these two and how Yukiko will grow as a character. And then the lyrics, these colliding hearts are the thing of beauty. This is also referring to Cinderella's arc, as Koichi and Yukiko's heart collide with the passion of Aya to be someone's fairy godmother, and it's just such a fantastic like use of that specific line with those characters. And I mean, it's such a good part. I love Yukiko. She's great. Just get out of my fucking face. Then we get a film reel of two people holding hands, and if you look, the dress in the hand holding part right here, well, obviously one of the hands is Kira. I mean, it's obvious. And the dress is the same dress as we saw earlier in the part. So this is like Kira's, it's not her first victim, but it's the victim that's being shown through this part. And then with a quick cut, the film reel splits into three film reels, and we also notice that Kira's now holding a severed hand, showing us that it's definitely serial murders, and this is like an everyday thing for him, and he has done it many times. And then with that, all of the film reels of the hand, or of Kira's holding the severed hand, cut to his dad, and his dad is a great thing because his dad is constantly trying to protect his son, so he's blocking out the images of the hands. You could say that his dad is trying to hide his son's imperfections from the world so no one would target him. Then we pull ourselves into one of the film reels, and we are pulled into the ghost alleyway where we fly past Remy, and she cries out because you can see in the distance is a silhouette of Killer Queen, the stand that belongs to her murderer. Then we have the whole crew standing there, being frozen by the onslaught of arrows. Their stands out, but Josuke forces himself through the arrows with his crazy diamond to identify Kira. Not the same, but very similar to how Josuke uses crazy diamond to trick Kira into revealing himself, and also uses its power to hunt him down. And while we're getting hit with all these images, the lyrics are going, "To the ends of the earth I will chase you, never stop chasing you. There's nowhere you can run, break into a run, I'll chase you. When the next day comes, I'll chase you. I'll run head on at you. The only way to determine victory or defeat is for one of us to die, so I'll chase you." These lyrics kind of speak for themselves. I think you get the point that like Josuke's done with this shit, and he wants his safe Morio back. He doesn't want this serial killer around. He's going to hunt him down. He's going to chase him. Nothing is going to stop him from chasing Kira. I mean, unless he wants to cheat Rohan out of money and like burn his house down or something with an alien. I mean, that might stop him, but I mean, he's gonna stop Kira. He's gonna kick his ass. So yeah, that was Chase. I mean, I think this is honestly one of my favorite openings, and I'm sorry that this video took so long to get out there. I've been writing this script since about July, and it's now like midway through September, and I know I haven't been working like completely religiously on it. If I'd done that, then maybe it would have been out sooner. I've had school, I've had work, all these things have come up, so sorry that the video flow. I'm going to try to make at least a video a week. So if you like this video, please feel free to share it around. You can check out Jeff Thu's or Mother's Basement's analysis of the first two openings, or I guess the first 4 openings of JoJo, because he does a way better job at this than me. I'm I'm kind of coming at this. He inspired me to do this stuff, and hopefully he'll cover the part 4 openings later on. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Like, comment, subscribe.